If there is any hope of developing a relationship with someone, there is a requirement to self-disclose and emotionally invest. According to Weston Turner 2011, it is believed that self-disclosure and relationship development conclusively work together. Self-disclosure is the process of an individual choosing to share personal information that would otherwise be difficult to discover. We, as individuals, set the boundaries of how much we are willing to share and how much we are not. Ultimately, we have the power to decide how and how much information we are willing to disclose to others. Therefore, the question lies, what drives us to self-disclose to others? According to Derlega, Metz, Fraternio, and Margolis, 1993, it is the trust within a relationship that gives us the comfortability to self-disclose because we don't feel that our relationship will end if we disclose information. It is this type of trust that built the grounds for my boyfriend Mark and I to self-disclose details about family with ease and depth. Mark's disclosure of family can be classified as history in terms of interpersonal communication. It was relatively easy for him to talk about familiar rituals and gender role function in his family. The concept of family has always been significantly important to his family and to himself, and that he continuously works to embed those same values within his own children. The values of family is that platform that builds the multiple rituals in Mark's family that remain consistent and passed down from generation to generation. His entire family gathers, this includes all extended family, for several different family weekends. My favorite one happens to be the annual cookie bake. As the holidays approach, all the adult women within the family gather at his Aunt Jen's home, where they socialize, drink wine, and bake cookies, while the men and children are generally kicked out of Jen's home. During this event, the women generally bake over 100 dozen cookies, which are then split between the families and served throughout the holidays at family gatherings. The primary purpose of all the familiar rituals is to continue to build strong relationships. The family is so supportive of each other that everyone always strives to participate in the younger children's sporting events and even recitals as a sign of support. A concept that became very important to Mark's family as it helps maintain emotional investment in efforts to build and strengthen family ties. While there are some distinct behaviors enacted by some of Mark's family members during certain events, generally the entire family contributes to the success of the gathering. Everyone is always helping each other and where they can so that everyone can enjoy their time together without burdening a singular person. While some individuals within the family do certain things as a tradition, it has no bearing on the individual's gender or position within the family. At any point, you can find males and females cooking in the kitchen, cleaning, or taking care of children. Tasks such as baking fresh, homemade bread usually falls on Aunt Beck, and baking desserts usually falls on his mother, Terry. But this is only because those two happen to be their specialties. Mark's family can be seen as a modernly traditional family. They believe in the concept of family and wanting to keep family ties strong, but they don't maintain gender roles. Mark's disclosure about his family is very dependent on his relationship with myself, as most of our self-disclosures are. Mark and I are in an opposite-sex relationship, which developed after we both went through prior horrendous divorces. This emphasized the importance of disclosing private information in order to understand that our family values align. According to Weston Turner 2011, some research indicates that people disclose the most information when they are in a close relationship, such as married, cohabitating, family relationships, and a close relationship. Mark and I are emotionally invested because we do not have the legal ties holding us together. At any point, one of us can leave the relationship with little financial or legal burden. And without any of these strings to tie us together, Mark and I have developed a relationship of trust through self-disclosure and emotional investment. As cited by Weston Turner 2011, some research has shown that people tell family secrets because they think they are in a close and secure relationship that makes them comfortable enough to self-disclose. Furthermore, disclosures in a relationship gradually happen over time with low-level disclosures and then increase the intimacy of level of disclosures as the relationship deepens. Unfortunately, that was not the case with Mark and I. In the beginning, we put all our private information out there with a take-it-or-leave-it attitude. We weren't looking for a whirlwind fairy tale relationship, but we liked each other and found a connection based on what hand life had dealt us at that point in our lives. Through self-disclosure of our most private information, we learned early in our relationship that there was nothing the other could do or say that would send the other running. It was also where the hard boundaries were set, laying the first stone towards the now intimate relationship and family we have. Mark and I fit 2 of the 3 patterns of self-disclosure in a relationship. To build our relationship to where it was now, it took a lot of clicking in the beginning stages of our relationship. It was the security blanket that we needed to develop our relationship after our previous ones ended so terribly. We also told each other a lot of personal information at the very beginning of our relationship. All relationships have up and downs and are driven by the emotional investment of each person. According to Weston Turner 2011, emotion is a critical structure that orientates us and engages us in what matters in our lives. We experience powerful impact of emotion in our daily lives. Looking at my relationship with Mark, I find an intense feeling of respect and love for who we become as a couple and how we've helped each other grow as individuals. The emotional cost of going through the trials and struggles were well worth the reward of what we have now. 2 years later, we still find rewards from emotionally investing in each other, which only comes from the security of self-disclosure. According to Weston Turner 2011, even existing relationships can benefit from self-disclosure and helps us view our relationship in a positive light. Positive communication and emotions help our relationship now and creates the stability and reassurances that everything will be okay. Therefore, we've learned to build and maintain our relationship, and that it requires continuous self-disclosures and emotional investment from each person towards the overall health of our relationship. Therefore, understand that even if you've had a previous bad relationship, there is still hope to building a solid relationship in the future. Mark and I are proof of that.